on this now with Victor Teo, a political scientist from the Cold War Project at the UK's University of Cambridge. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on the program. Now, how is this new relationship between the UK, Australia, and the US putting other Asian countries in a predicament, given that the fact that they all rely on China for trade?
Well, I think certainly it's causing a lot of tensions in the region. But at the same time, some countries are more comfortable with uh, these developments than others, obviously. Now, in the latest development, I think some countries like Indonesia and Malaysia has expressed discomfort at this idea of the new agreement that is being signed between the US, UK, and Australia. Other countries such as India has been relatively quiet. I mean, on one hand, India is a member of the Quad, but on the other hand, India is kind of uncomfortable with the idea of nuclear proliferation because there are other concerns with regards to, say, Pakistan or Iran. So I think the reactions across the board in different countries have been quite different.
Right. And the Biden administration has said that they're back in the game, they're back in Asia. But is this driving a deeper wedge, do you think, between China and the US?
Certainly, but I think that the Chinese do not expect anything less for a few reasons. First of all, I think midterm elections is looming up in the United States, and it's about 2 months away. So the Chinese are actually won't be surprised by the kind of if you like, the playing up of the China threat in the United States for electoral purposes. This has been the case. This has always been a case in the US. Every time an election comes up, everybody will be hyping the China threat, particularly since the Trump administration came into place. But at the same time, over the longer period, I think the Chinese are positioning themselves for a period of greater competition with the United States, given how if you like, hardline the U.S. has actually become. I mean, the perceptions are mutual, of course.
Right.
The Americans perceive that the Chinese are actually becoming more aggressive and, if you like, becoming more assertive in trying to
Right.
in South and East China Sea.
Right. And real quick, why do you think Australia turned its back on its biggest trading partner, being China, and risked its relations with European countries for this deal? What does it have at stake?
Well, I think it has to do with the personal policy preferences of the current Australian Prime Minister. Now, obviously, he will be in the best position to articulate what's in Australia's best interests. But having said that, I think from my personal perspective, I think it probably has to do with more his uh, domestic political ambitions to become one of Australia's, if you like, to put its own stamp on Australia foreign policy and to
Right.
distinguish himself from his predecessors.
All right. Thank you so much for that insight. That's political scientist from the Cold War Project, Victor Teo.